Hey everyone, welcome back to another video where we dive into the world of programming and tackle some common issues that can stump even the most experienced coder. Today, we're going to talk about a problem that's been puzzling many C programmers out there. Why does changing a variable inside a loop sometimes cause the program to crash? This is an important topic because understanding how variables work in loops is crucial for writing efficient and bug-free code. In this video, we'll break down what happens when you modify a variable inside a loop and provide some insight into why these crashes occur. By the end of this explanation, you should have a solid grasp on how to avoid these issues and write more robust code. So let's dive right in. When working with loops, especially in C programming, it's essential to understand how variables are handled within those loops. A variable declared inside a loop is local to that loop, meaning its scope, the region of the program where it can be accessed, is limited to the loop itself. However, when we modify such a variable, things can get tricky. Let's consider an example you have of a for loop where you declare and initialize a variable var to keep track of something within that loop. If var is used to control a loop, for instance, as part of the condition in a while or for a loop, changing its value inside the loop can lead to unexpected behavior. The reason behind this has to do with how C handles memory allocation and delocation for variables declared within loops. When you modify a variable that's controlling the flow of your loop, you're essentially altering the very fabric of the loop's logic mid-execution. This can cause the program to lose track of where it is in the loop, or what values are valid at any given time. Think of it like trying to change the map while navigating through a maze. If the path you thought was there disappears, you could end up lost or worse, outside the boundaries of the maze altogether, which is akin to your program crashing because it can't understand its own state anymore. To make this even clearer, consider an analogy from everyday life. Imagine you're following a recipe to bake a cake. Each step in the recipe corresponds to a line of code in your loop. Now, if you suddenly decide to change one of the ingredients, akin to changing var inside the loop, without adjusting all subsequent steps accordingly, you might end up with something entirely different from what you initially set out to make, or even worse, nothing at all. So, what should you remember from this explanation? 1. Variables in loops. Be cautious when declaring and modifying variables within loops. Their scope is limited to the loop, but their influence can be far-reaching. 2. Changing loop control variables, altering variables that control the flow of your loop, can lead to unexpected behavior or even crashes. Always ensure such changes are necessary and handled correctly. 3. Plan your logic approach programming with a clear understanding of what each part of your code is doing, especially within loops where the logic can get complex quickly. That's all for today's video on why changing var in a loop might make it crash in C programming. Understanding these concepts isn't just about fixing immediate problems. It's about developing good coding habits that will serve you well as you continue to grow as a programmer. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to explore next, please leave them in the comments below. Your input is invaluable in helping us create content that addresses your needs and interests. Don't forget to like this video if it helped clarify things for you, and consider subscribing to our channel for more programming insights and solutions. Thanks for watching. Home.